REP, Redemption, Education, and Purpose. The name of this orientation was created by 3 of our founding members who were tried in the adult court system. They chose this name because they wanted to send a message to youth that your past mistakes do not dictate who you can become.
I'm 18 years old, and right now I'm currently housed in Santa Clara Juvenile Hall. I'm also participating in the Youth Advisory Council, hoping to help youth like me, or the old me. I grew up on the east side of San Jose with both of my parents. They worked late hours, so they weren't really around much. I remember watching other parents walk their kids to school. I felt alone. Once I started middle school, things continued to get worse. I was getting suspended and getting into fights. I didn't manage to graduate the 8th grade. That was a huge disappointment in my parents' eyes. After that, I just stopped trying altogether. I didn't care if I did good or not. I started robbing and stealing to support the habit I was loving. I ended up getting caught and placed in juvenile hall. At first, I thought I was going to get another couple of months, but I ended up getting direct filed. It took me a while to process the fact that I was getting charged as an adult. I started to reflect back on my past and the things that should have changed.
Throughout my early childhood, my family and I moved back and forth from the United States to Mexico because of financial issues and my father's legal problems. I was easily influenced by my neighborhood. By the age of 14, I caught my first case, which placed me in juvenile hall's maximum security unit. By the age of 17, I had visited juvenile hall about 6 times for various felonies and misdemeanors. By this time, I was already used to the whole process of being incarcerated, so I became very careless of my life. Throughout my year in juvenile hall, I've gained my high school diploma, expanded my mind by studying various subjects such as psychology, philosophy, and spirituality. I was then given the opportunity to participate in the Youth Advisory Council, which has helped me extend my reach to help others by telling my story.
Being placed on probation at a young age from 15 to 16, you're not thinking about second chances because I'm not thinking about the consequences. I'm not thinking about how it'll affect me, how it'll affect my family. And it actually took a while for me to understand that. I put them through a lot. And I just had this nonchalant attitude, like I didn't care. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about myself during this time. My dad was my main support system. Just seeing all the things he went through, it hurts. I stayed on probation longer than I needed to. It took for me to want more for me to break that. Looking back, me being on probation longer, it helped because it actually changed something in me. It made me not want to get in trouble with the law anymore.
So in my experience, when I first got on probation, I did not think that this was all reflected on me. As much as the blame was on me, I wanted to blame it on someone else. And the one person I could do that to was my mom, because she was there so much for me that I resented her.
Supporting my son was an area I had never imagined that I would be in. That experience was, it was harsh because you don't know what to expect, and you have your son's life in someone else's hands. Literally, someone's telling you, where he's gonna go and what he's gonna do, and you have no say in it. And we're here to love and protect him. That's the natural first minute, response you have, and you can't do that. You can't help them out of this situation. Not only do you feel hopeless, but you also feel that you've done something horribly wrong to cause this to happen. I think every parent goes through that feeling of failure. Just in life in general, we carry a lot. And me as being a single parent, I felt like I was responsible for both parties, of course. So my advice to other parents is you can't participate enough. You participate, you show up, and you just, at times, just sit down and hear them out. Let them speak. And without an opinion, just put all that aside and just be there. I think that's my best advice, to say just being there and being loving and supportive is our role. Love and support, that's our role.
Education. Education is important because it gives us an understanding of the things around us. Historically, tribes used stories to explain why things are the way they are. For me, it was the value of these stories that taught me how to have integrity and that I am an example of the people before me. So I decided I just had to be better, so I can pass on the knowledge I have gained to the generation after me.
With this knowledge that I gained, another minor and I created a psychology class in order to help others expand their minds as well. I've also helped incarcerated youth by advising them to participate in certain programs that will allow them to have a grasp of their future goals.
After a while being incarcerated, I just got with the program and started handling my business. Decided to get my high school diploma, go to different classes, take college classes, any courses that I could take. I started teaching myself too. If I would have tried as much as I'm trying now, if when I was out, I could have accomplished more.
Purpose. To me, purpose means telling our stories. I believe our purpose to be there for the people who follow after us, supporting them through the struggles they have to face so they can find their purpose. If I could give advice to a youth on probation, I would say, don't be afraid of the trials ahead. Whatever the verdict is, it does not define who you are. We all have a purpose. It's most important to have our purpose realized.
I wouldn't have imagined myself here at the age of 16. I'm 24 years old now. 8 years later, I have a great job, I have a great career. I'm a part of the council where I'm able to travel, and I get to travel and share my testimony and meet people who are just as passionate as me in giving back. I have a beautiful son. I'm in a much healthier place mentally, and that's all because I didn't allow my mistakes to define me.
Sometimes I look back at my life and wonder how different things would have been if I would have never smoked that first blunt, or would have never allowed a split-second decision to cost me more than I would have ever gained from it. It took me a while of being incarcerated in order for me to accept my situation. Nevertheless, I didn't allow my predicament to bring me down. This is my past, and I appreciate all the experiences that have made me into a better and stronger man. This is just part of what my life has become, but I still see myself for the future. I still see myself with my own family, my own home, and my own business. But I'm not telling my story to prove to anyone that I'm a good man. I'm telling my story to prove to others that no matter what the circumstances are, to never give up. And to all the youth out there who have been given a second chance or is barely rolling down their path of destruction, I hope my life experiences encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity in a positive manner. And if your family looks down upon you as a disappointment, or your probation officer doesn't believe in you, prove them wrong and redeem yourself. But don't do it for your probation officer or your family or anyone else. Do it for yourself.